This is where the fun begins.
Good morning, and how are you guys all doing today? I am all bundled up because it is cold. We have rain coming through, and my heater is working in the studio here, my floor heater, so I am very much happy about that. So it's warming up, but for the time being, I'm all bundled up. And let's see who's all joining us today. It looks like I have a couple people in here, and thank you guys so much for dropping in. We are only going to do one comic instead of two because my co-host could not make it today. So we are just going to work on our go review comic number 3 of My Brother, My Enemy. And look at me, I'm like all slouchy and stuff. But anyways, yeah. And I have my coffee here. So what are you guys enjoying this morning? What's in your mug? And let me know in the chat and let me see who is here. I'm going to go ahead and we have Miss Lady Toriel. Thank you. Good morning, Alora. Thank you for dropping in. And she says, my cup this morning is Irish breakfast tea. Sounds really good. I was thinking about doing tea today because I was just feeling tea. So let's see here. Good morning, chat. And thank you so much for chatting with some of the chat. And then Callum Cannon, good morning. How are you doing? I hope everything's going well with you as well. You know, that's all we can wish for is, you know, hope everybody's doing well in, you know, in their lives, right? Let's see here. And what are your all's thoughts on Couture comic issue 1 through 50? Also, what would be an acceptable price for them all? Okay, so I can't wait to review those here because we're doing right now for Coffee Chat. That's the focus, is reviewing the comics, right? We haven't went back in time to do that. So if you are going to get the original copies, you might find them for a pretty penny. They do have the, I guess you could say, the collection in the Legends series. I normally don't encourage too much buying of Legends or at all. But if that's the only way you can find them, get them, add them to your collection. That's a tough one right there. Let's see here. And then we have Raj H. Good morning. Hello, hello. Cheers to you. And my cup here, insert eye roll here. Just my morning. Kind of busy here. Kind of busy morning for me. But I'm here with you guys. And then hello, Master of the TDS. How are you doing? What is in your mug? What are you enjoying? Let me go ahead and share my screen already. And we'll pull up the comic here so you're just not seeing my lovely face. And in fact, I don't have it pulled up. Let's see here. I thought I had it pulled up. Let's see here. There we go. I got it going on now. My computer updated. And so now the buttons for my computer, like the start or the start or the Windows screen thingy to open up like the little menu is different. All of that's different. And I don't like it. I don't like when things update and I can't find shit anymore. Yes, I cussed this morning. I cussed. Let's see here. There we go. All right. So let's see who else is dropping in here. It's getting warm in here. That floor heater is working good. Last winter, I remember it going out and it wouldn't turn on for a little while. So, and I thought I'd have to go in there and change the fuse or something, but obviously it just was tired. Was tired, you know. So let's see here. I had coffee. Wish I had more, but I have to leave to work, so no time. I'm doing well though. Hope you are as well. Yes. Okay, good. Well, take some coffee to go. Get some coffee to go on your way to work. But I am glad that you have dropped by. And then Matt G. What's up, Matt G? How are you doing? It's always good to see you. Laugh out loud. I didn't see if you said anything else, but here you go. And 4 mugs of coffee. That's what I feel like I need today. 4 mugs of coffee. Like I said, I'm like layered up right now. The heater is finally working in the studio, the floor heater. So I'm happy about that. But bundling up, it's cold and rainy here. It's been cooling. It's been getting really, really cold where I live at in the valley. And yeah, so, and then everybody's saying hello. All right. So any Star Wars news? None that I'm particularly following anymore. It's like I'm getting so tired of this thing of like, oh, well, this is being canceled because of this and this, and then seeing people talk about like, oh, well, it's being canceled because Kennedy's not in power. I'm so tired of all that bullshit. I truly don't believe she's gone, and I stick by that. And people who think she does but cannot provide proof or evidence to the contrary, then I mean, have at it. Have at it. I mean, I don't think anything's going to change for Disney Star Wars, and that's why we're here. That's why we're here, to celebrate the original Star Wars through the comics as well. So in the chat, have you guys read any other Star Wars comics pre-Disney? And share with me, before we move on, share with me, what are your favorite ones? Which ones do you like? So let me know in the comics here, or in the comics, in the comments. Comics and comments. There we go. Let's see here. And then we have Monkey Jeebus here. Star Wars Hunters is copying Overwatch. Star Wars Hunters. Am I missing something? Like I said, I haven't been following a lot of things. So am I missing something? Callum, I will never black pill, but I will give Disney no money, right? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Let people who enjoy Disney, right? Yeah, you may get in discussion with not agreeing with their point or whatever, and that's fine. But, just let them enjoy it and don't give money. That's how you do it. Don't give money. Abu Nas at $10 super chat. Work is kicking my butt right now, but wanted to show love to my favorite EU elitists. Unfortunately, I'll be back and forth in and out of chat, but keep cussing. You sound so cute. Original EU forever. Well, thank you. Sorry I missed you guys' show last night. Yesterday, I just had such a crazy day, and I felt bad about some situations that happened. And yeah, so I kind of just disconnected, and rested and stuff. All right. I've given up on Disney Star Wars. If Kennedy were to leave, not that I think she is at this point, it wouldn't change a thing, right? And so I'm going to be sharing a couple of Audible clips from some Audibles, Star Wars Audibles. I've been doing that on top of like giving lore and stuff in video shorts. And I think I'm going to do another one with Boba Fett, because we have that show coming up here at the end of the month. And then another one of Kenobi, since that's supposed to come at the end of the month too, I believe. So what I'm going to do is, instead of like keeping focus on these shows that are coming up that I'm not going to watch, I'm going to go ahead and celebrate what came out before, the true canon, the true Kenobi, the true Boba Fett, and give you guys that. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. Alora, what do I know? What did I miss? Oh, that's what ones I like. Quinlan Voss. And speaking of that, because I usually share what's going on with that. So all channel members, or if you become a channel member today, you will have, your name will be entered for a chance to win. And I'll show the clip here. This announcement for my channel, OG Star Wars. Channel members have a chance to win a copy of Son of Kifu starting now in November through January, just by coming on and supporting live streams. Your name will be entered to win a copy of this wonderful painting. So I encourage you, channel members, to come and support, as this is a way of giving back to you. If you are not a channel member, then what are you waiting for? Our last channel member, Miss Martin Muses, is the one who won Mistress of Rat Attack. Congratulations. And I shall chat with you guys later. See you in the live streams. Have a good day. And there you go. There you go. So again, channel members that are jumping on today, your name will be entered for a chance to win. The drawing will happen like I think I announced on Twitter that it'll be like the week or not right after, but like after New Year's. So that week probably. And if you become a channel member today, your name will still be entered to win. So I encourage you, one of the great ways to support my channel is not only to subscribe. Again, if finances can't allow you to become a channel member, that's fine. I totally get it. No pressure, but if you can and you want to further support the channel, becoming a channel member, I have incentives that I give back to you. And it is a copy of Son of Kifu. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited how it's turning out. I haven't worked on him in a while. I think I just need to get back and into my painting and finish him up so I can start on the next one. All right. And let's see here. And then totally understand, OG, you was missed in the chat, but we held it down. Disconnecting sometimes is the best medicine. Yes, it is. It is. You know, it was just a weird day, and I was supposed to jump on with my girls for babedom, and my schedule just like friggin' flopped because I still feel so bad for that. But yeah, much love to everyone in the chat today. Thank you so much. And let's see here, Master of the TDS. They should have made young Boba Fett show based on the EU books. Then again, if they did it now, it would be good because Disney. It wouldn't be good because Disney. Yeah, they would still probably change it, and that's just how it's probably going to be. No matter what, it's going to be. There's going to be changes, and to somehow fit in their stuff. Terminus East, the Book of Boba Fett trailer looked good, but I have almost no faith in writing anymore. I seen it. It's basically the same thing that we seen last time with maybe a clip or two that's added. And what bothers me is him having his mask off, him having his helmet off. That's not the Mandalorian way. But again, we've seen the other ones from Filoni's Mandalorians not wear their masks either. So who knows? Let's see, Lady Toriel, yes. And then nice to see you. Yeah. And I have the 4 issues Django comics. They were my favorite in first intro to Dark Horse. Awesome. And that's a good story. That's a good storyline too. I can't wait to, we're in the Rebellion era. We're talking about jumping back once. I think it's the Republic comics. There's a few issues that have to be or that are coming out about Quinlan Voss. So listen to that, Lady Toriel, about Quinlan Voss. As soon as they come out, we are going to finish the storyline from Quinlan Voss. So stay tuned for that, Lady Toriel. Monkey Jeebus, they could have did 2 timelines with the original Kid Boba and the older Boba. Don't know. Yes, let's see here. Yes, I hate that he takes his helmet off. And that's the thing. So there's a clip that I found in one of my audibles about him not liking to take his helmet off, and other Mandalorians as well. So I think I'll share that in an audible clip for the channel. Kellum, off helmet makes me so mad. Yeah, yes. All right, so let's get into this comic here. Let's go. There we go. Makes it a little bit bigger with me in the corner there, since we're just mainly talking about the comic here. And again, if you have a favorite Star Wars comic you like pre-Disney, share it in the chat. It's been fun exploring these comics with you guys, especially because I wasn't a huge comic reader growing up. I was more into the novels, which is fine. So it's like me being reintroduced to those time periods I know, with a little bit more depth of story. And so I find that really, really exciting. So last time we left off of My Brother, My Enemy. And for you guys who are jumping in that haven't been following the series, and I don't know why it's flickering at the top right there, I updated my computer. Hopefully we're going to be fine and I don't lose you guys. All right. So when we last left off, Deena was being strangled by someone, and I don't remember if I revealed who it was yet. I think we did, because it's obvious who it was. But this is a story about Luke and one of his good buddies, Tank. And Tank was mentioned in A New Hope. So Luke had his friends that he hung out with. He had Tank and he had Biggs, which basically were some of the names mentioned as well. So let's go through this. So we have Deena here at the end of this comic here, and now we're going to go into the new one, to part 3. And here's an action-packed one here. This is the cover here, and we'll find out what's going on, why they are breaking into something here. So that's the cover. And I think it's really, really nice, this cover. Very action-packed, like I said. Nice details, nice coloring. And then so we get to this. This is Jordan Soul. This is when he was young. All right. Let me get a little bit closer. I keep forgetting to grab my glasses. And this is Jordan Soul. And he says, yes, your father and I are very proud of you, aren't we, dear? We love you, Jordan. You make us so happy. And then that's the father saying that. And she says, the mother says, and do you know why that is, Jordan? And he goes, no, why? Because you're a good boy. And then all of a sudden we get back to, if you haven't been following the series that we've been going through with this line with Jordan and Tank and Luke and stuff, he was captured and tortured by, I think her name was Zul or Zoom or something. I forget her name. And she's, of course, an Imperial agent here. Because you're weak, because you always obey your orders, don't you? So this is what's going on with him. So they tortured him out of his mind, basically. No, please, mother, I don't want to. And then now be a good boy, Jordan, make us proud. And then now we have Vader and the Emperor down there. Yes, make us proud. Yeah. So that's a little thing there. And now he is strangling. He's the one that's strangling Deena Shan. And again, it's always, I wish we wouldn't have the buyout, because we are suspecting that Deena Shan is basically related to the Shans of the past, that she could be a long time descendant from them, but we will never know now. And then, we have this, do what you're told. And so he's strangling her. He broke out of the back to Tank. And that's why there's fluid and everything on the bottom of on the floor. The medic droid head is pulled off, basically. So he destroyed the medic droid. And you could see other people in the other back to Tanks getting therapy. And then this goes on, kill her, Jordan. And he's like, no. So he's fighting those voices in his head. And this is crazy what the Empire did to brainwash people, right? To do their biddings and everything, right? Follow your programming. Kill Deena Shan before she raises the alarm. Then transmit a signal to the Empire, giving them the rebel fleet's location. And she's like, Jordan, and so he's choking her, and the sound in his head or whatever he's hearing goes on to say, she is going to escape. You're going to let her escape. She'll raise the alarm. So basically, and she escapes because he's conflicted, and they go on to say in his head, we knew you couldn't be trusted after all, Jordan Soul, you're weak, aren't you? And he's like, no. And she's like, no, so that's what's going on. And then he pushes her into the ground. He jumps on top of her, pushes her into the ground. I'm not weak. And then, of course, she grunts as she's getting pushed into the ground. And you can see the Bacta fluid all over the ground there. I will do what I'm told. I will, mother. I won't. They were right. So he's realizing, he's very conflicted. He's realizing it. He's crying now. They were right about me. And he's crying right there. And this is really sad, you guys, because we're seeing he basically was brainwashed, programmed by Zul or Zun or whatever her name was. And then when he was rescued, the rebels thought that he was okay. Just with some debriefing and stuff, they thought he was okay. And so I guess they learned the hard way here. Let me take a drink and let me see what's going on in the chat. All right. Let's see if anybody else jumped on. Okay. Yay, Laura. I can't wait. Yes. That's going to be fun. And then I have been, since the weather's changed, I've been having sinuses and it's been, excuse me, it's been draining, down my throat a little bit. So I've been having some itchy throat kind of issues here. All right. So no one said anything in the comments here. So let me go back to the here, and it says they were right, and she's cough she's coughing, and I'm not going to do that right now because then I'll probably go crazy with my throat issue. They told me to kill you, Deena, the Empire. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but I couldn't do it. They were right about me. What they said, they said I was weak, and he's crying right there. He's like in disbelief of himself, of what he's been put through and what he's gone through and what he put her through. Let's see here. And then on the bridge, and so we have this guy here, and I forgot to write his name down. I do that sometimes. This is ridiculous risk. Your Highness, you're putting a good man's life in peril, and for what? The whim of a simple farmhand. And then so he's talking about Luke, and we'll find out exactly what's going on here pretty quick. What did you just call me? And then he says, and an emotionally imbalanced farmhand at that. And then Leia says, stop it, both of you. And then she proceeds to say, this isn't about you two. It's not about your agent Lee. All right. This is about the survival of the Rebel Alliance. So she's preaching to them now. And Luke says the Imperial officer is a childhood friend and that their bond is strong. He could be trying to warn us of an Imperial attack. And then so he says to Leia, or to them, or lure us into a trap. And then Leia goes on to say, perhaps, but if we don't find out what that message says, we'll never know. So basically Luke's friend Tank sends a message out, and we know that Tank finds out who Luke is, and he takes his ship and meets up with Darth Vader. So there you go. So you kind of like see, what do you guys think is going to happen? What a mother. Oh my God. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Because we had Tank. He finds out who Luke is, and he finds out Vader wants Luke. He goes, meets up with Vader. And now he's sending out a message to Luke, to the rebellion. So kind of suspicious, right? Kind of suspicious. Let's go back to the comic here. And then so here we have this one here. Now your man's name, or know your man's name. Weil Tarson, your Highness. And then he says, our hopes are with him then. And then it goes on to say, and this guy was the one with the smuggling syndicate that that smuggler got upset about the rebels taking over the cargo ship of items and stuff that they wanted. And then Halt, access to the arena is denied. And then you are now a prisoner of Raz. Do not move. There we go. And then he gets electrocuted. And so Raz is the one that was suspecting that someone told the Rebel Alliance about the cargo ship that they went and captured. And then so he gets electrocuted and all that. And now he says, yeah, that's right. Have a nice sleep while I wipe your your recent memories, and you'll forget all about this. So here we go. And then he goes on to say, security cams are all paused just like I told them to. Records won't show the interruption. So far, so good. So he's breaking into something. So he may be the infiltrator that gave the rebels the information. So we'll see. Now I just have to find the blasted message. Okay, scramblers fixed. We've got our minutes tops. After that, the computer starts tracking my transmission, and if that happens, Rays will now know the location of the rebel fleet. So there we go. And then, so now we get back to Leia and them, and I don't like how this looks on his head. I think that's very odd, but I'm the kind of person that seeing a bunch of like circles or stuff like that together kind of creeps me out a little tiny bit. Kind of crazy. That's just how I am. Signal received. Casino awaits your transmission. Yeah, it says casino. And then we go on here. I have to find it first. So yeah, so he is the spy. This tank guy only sent out a transmission in short bursts. Then it got shut down. Ray's recorded and stored it in his databanks. And then he goes on to say, somewhere finding it in time's going to be tough. Fortunately, I have just happened to have this tool of the trade and search activated. And then he goes on to say, the probe should find it, just needs a few minutes to sort through the files. So he is helping the rebellion get that message, the rebel alliance. Sensor scrambled, and he's like, uh-oh. And then, of course, we have that buzz droid thingy going on right there. Come on, under a minute left. I'm going to have to cut and run here unless, and then file found. Got it. Transmitting the message now. Well done, Casino. Get out of there. Be safe. So yeah. So his name is Casino. Okay. Always. And so he is the one that is the spy in Ray's little criminal syndicate. And there is Ray's right there. So why Tarson? You have been a naughty boy. So of course he knows him by Tarson. They know him by Casino. So there we go. So he is discovered. And let's see what's going on here in the chat. And let's see here. I have a bad feeling about this, right? I do too. There's a bad feeling about this as well. And so if you guys haven't picked up these comics here, I suggest you do it. This is such a great story, especially like Luke dealing with, friends and how friends end up on the different sides of the war, I guess you could say. Such a wonderful and compelling storylines there. Very, very good. Let's see here. Let's go back to the comic. And then here we go. Luke, I've been doing a lot of thinking since Celeste about you, about Biggs, about the things you said, and I've come to a decision. I want to come over to the rebellion. So that is Tank right here. And again, that was his buddy, and he's even mentioned in A New Hope by Luke. You were right. I've made a terrible mistake, and I want to put things right before it's too late. I can help. And then, of course, the guy here, the intelligence guy, said, oh, convenient, or how convenient. I can help you, give you inside information about the Imperial Army. So he's coming in, he's changing his mind. He's saying he's enticing them with, saying he can give them vital information about the Imperial Army and all of that. And then he goes on to say, I've attached stellar coordinates to the end of this message. They'll lead you to where I'm currently stationed. You won't find much opposition. I know this looks like a trap, but Luke, I swear to you, I wouldn't do that, not to a friend. And he says, help me, Luke. Give me a chance to put things right. And so Luke is pretty happy here. And he says, we have to go get him. And of course, the intelligence agent here says, it's obviously a trap, and a crude one at that. And so now we begin like this argument again. Luke says, Tank wouldn't do that. We grew up together. And he argues with Luke, why would the Empire allow the message to be transmitted? And he has a point there. Your spy said it was cut off almost immediately. They must have discovered it and stopped it. So he's sharing some points with him. And then Luke goes on to say, if they intercepted his message, he could be in danger. I'll go. Give me a shuttle and a small team of soldiers will be back before you know it. And so Leia butts in here. I'm sorry, Luke. No, it's too risky. Tungo's right. And that guy's name is Tungo. Tungo's right. It's probably a trap. And Luke says, but Leia, he's my friend. His life could be in danger. And then she goes on to say, we can't bring an Imperial officer on board. And he's like, Leia, so they're arguing back and forth there. And then she's all, enough. Luke, I've given you an order. The rebellion cannot be risked for one person, even if he's your friend. Now, please return to your station. And he says, all right, Your Highness. And then he basically looks like he runs away, walks fast away or whatever. And then he goes, the farmhand obeys. And then she's looking back at him. And later, we see him climbing up onto something here. And he goes, and we have someone there. She goes, figured you'd try something like this. And he's like, who? And then she goes on to say, I heard what happened. I know there's no way you just abandon your friend. After all, you're dumb enough to storm the Death Star with just a klutz like Solo for a companion or company. Oh, goodness. Yep. Talking about A New Hope when they went to save Princess Leia, basically. Actually, there was a tractor beam involved there. And she's like, whatever. So come on, then let's get going. You can't be serious, he says. And then she goes, why is my offering to help that ridiculous? And then if you haven't been with us, she's been having some self-confidence and self-approval issues and daddy issues, I guess you can say. So she's not that confident of a person right now. And then he says, that's not what I meant. And she goes on to say, yes, it is. Like you were patronizing me, just like everyone else does around here. And I'm sick of it. And then she goes on to say, I'm tired of people looking out for me all the time. I want to start looking out for other people. And that starts now. All right, Luke says, sheesh, just keep your voice down, okay? So there we go. I'm going to go take a look at chat, see what's going on. All right. So I have a few of you guys that remain with me, and thank you so much for staying with me through the review of this comic here. And if you guys have anything you want to add to what we've already reviewed here, go ahead and share in the comments as well. And so as you can see, they take off. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with them. So basically they commandeer a ship, basically, so they jump on a ship here. I like your enthusiasm, Deena, but you've a lot to learn about stealth side of stealing things. And that sarcasm is going to get you into trouble someday, Skywalker. You know that? And then this is later. So later on, because they jumped into hyperspace, as you can tell, and then later on. So you have no idea where these coordinates are leading us. And Luke says, no, but I trust Tank will, it'll be fine. You'll see. And then it looks like they come out of hyperspace the way this looks. Well, looks like we're about to find out your friend is really that trustworthy. And then Luke says, or I guess I could have misjudged him. And she's like, yeah. So there you go. And this is what they jump into. This is what they see. So check that out. Isn't that interesting? And then she goes, maybe you did. And I love the art on this. It's really done well. You have like the depth of the ships here, the variety of ships and all that. And it's apparently a ship junkyard, and we'll find out exactly that. Well, it could be worse. No, actually, that's not true, is it? She says. There's no way this could be any worse. And then he's like, no life signs. And she's like, what? And then he goes on, or one of them says, or Luke says, no life signs, no power, in any of them. they're derelict, and some of these ships date back to the Clone Wars. So that's that's an Imperial junkyard. He says that's an Imperial junkyard. And so we have ships that are right here dating back to the Clone Wars area. And this looks like one of the transport ships that Padme and Anakin went on when he went to go bodyguard her, protect her, and stay with her on Naboo, right? So we're seeing a lot of these ships that date back into the Clone Wars, which is pretty interesting. I really, really like that. Only power signal coming from up ahead looks like a small space station, maybe an administrating center. That's our target. And so he pulls out some suits here, and he's all, we'd better get prepared, put this on. So they suit up. And here we go. So we have them attaching to the station there. And of course, he cuts through the hole right there. And of course, they have their little transport tunnel that they come through. So he cuts through here and they make their way through. Just like Tank said, no resistance. You stay here and cover the shuttle. I'll take a look around. And she's like, got it. So he goes here and he opens up the door and he's like, Tank. And then here we go. We have Tank hanging here. Luke, I'm sorry. You have to get out of here. They intercepted my message. I thought I encoded it, but they know you're coming. So here he is. He's hanging here. He is now a prisoner. And it looks like, and I'm hoping that's just the way it's supposed to look like, but it looks like he was beaten a little bit too. And then she's like, it's a trap, or he says it. And she's like, what now? And so she looks over. Luke, get back here now. An Imperial shuttle just docked. So she goes on to say, oh, you've got to be kidding me. So there we go. And she turns around, and lo and behold, it's Captain Rashir, the guy that she slept with earlier in these comics when we first started learning more about her. And then he goes, fancy seeing you here. That's what she says to him. And there we go. We leave it at that. And that was kind of a quick go through. Let's see here. Good morning and afternoon. Hey, Dadman Walking 555. How are you doing? And Abuna says that artwork looks great. Yes, it does. I'm very, very much impressed. Let's see here. And Lorena. Hello, Lorena. How you doing? Vark Tech. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of this artwork, since we might be able to do comic too, but my throat, like I said, I've been having sinus drainage, and so my throat has been kind of itchy, and I've been coughing around a little bit, so I don't want to overdo it. So here we go. So like this right here, again, you could see some, Clone War relics, I guess you could say, in this. Very, very interesting. I like how they managed to keep it a detail and how the colors look in these as well. Very, very good. And then, yeah, and even like the hyperspace, I really liked how they colored that as well. So I'm pretty satisfied. I'm pretty happy with the artwork here. Let's see here. This is what I used for the cover here. So this is for part 4. There's 5 parts to this little series in this. My brother, my enemy. So this is kind of telling a little bit here what's going to happen in the coming comics, which is going to get very, very, impactful here. You see Leia laying on the ground. You see Akbar. I'm not going to tell you if this really happens or not, but this kind of gives you the mood of things, what's going to happen next. And then, hello, OG Star Wars. Good to see you. Hello, Toto's Hardcore Media. How are you doing? How are you doing? So if you guys are coming in right now, or even if you haven't had a chance, please hit the like button and share that I'm live here. So this is going to be a somewhat short stream today, but I'm so happy that you guys are here with me as well. Let's see here. And then that's gorgeous art. Yes, Lady Toriel, it is really, really gorgeous as well. Let's see here. All right. So this will be next week. We'll have 4 and 5 together. Like I said, this is a 5-part. My co-host, it's wasn't able to make it today. And so it's hard to go through the comics and try to interact when you don't have a co-host here with you. So those coming in, if you have a beverage or coffee, what's in your mug? If you have drinking tea, what are you enjoying? Where I live at, it's morning time. So that's why it's called coffee chat. So if you're enjoying any type of beverage, let us know and let us know how you are doing. How you're doing today. Let's see here. And so I'm excited to get into this. Whoopsie, kind of flash forward here a little bit. And here's some more art here that pertains to the comics that are coming up next. So those are pretty interesting ones as well. He's about to clobber her in the back of the head. That's sad. Knock some shit out. Knock a bitch out. There you go. Let's see here. And Deena Shan, I wish we could get more from her. Like I said, I wish we could find out if she is really a part of the Shan family. That would be interesting to find out, having a descendant from that far back. Let's see here. I love the Dark Horse comics. I still have a Dark Horse account for my comics. Nice. Let's see here. Abu, I got a cup of V8 Splash, which is my addiction. Which flavor of V8 Splash? Because I know there's different flavors, right? Which flavor? Is it the traditional standard VH Splash? Dark Horse could do a good job on those comics. Yeah. Did you hear that they are now got the license to do Star Wars comics again? So I don't know what that means, really, other than maybe they're just going to help produce the coming comics that are coming out for Disney Star Wars. Do you guys have hopes in good stories now because of that? So let me know. Let me know. So if you think that since they do have the license again, do you think they will produce some good stories? Do you think that they're going to bring in the comic, the artists and the writers and stuff that they had for these? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. And then Jefferson W. Hello, good morning to you. Morning, espresso and steamed milk as usual. That sounds great. Espresso is really good. When I order, okay, I do consume Starbucks, but I love to go into mom and pop's coffee shop. So when I travel out of my area and I can visit a new coffee store or coffee shop, I'll do that rather than Starbucks. But my normal is for Starbucks and usually at other shops is a espresso, or no, a cappuccino, and I want it mostly dry. So basically the espresso with steamed milk, not really any steamed milk in it, just the foam milk. That's what I meant. So espresso, my cappuccino with espresso and foam, no steamed milk. So all you have is those two things, and then just maybe a little splash of vanilla just to give it a little slight sweetness to it, and that's it. Yeah, I'm complicated. There we go. Or you could say I'm high maintenance when it comes to my coffee drinks. Abuna says mango. Oh, I haven't had V8 Splash in a long time, but I do remember mango. And then Toto's. Wow, that's scary since Disney owns it, right? So again, we'll see. I know that they said that they were going to reprint some of these stories that they've done in the past. That's what I got from that. And that they were going to add it to the new ones. It was very vague on how they announced it. So I'm not sure what direction they're going to go. And again, will it make for better comics for Disney Star Wars? I don't know. They're still following the same timeline of everything does lead up to the sequel trilogy, right? So, and they have been retconning a lot of storylines and a lot of little subplots from the movies. Like the rule of two is not really the rule of two anymore. So is it going to be good? I don't know. And I don't care. I'm not interested in that Star Wars anymore. I'm not. But if you are interested in some of the storylines in the new Star Wars, I hope it's good for you. I really, truly do. They're just not getting my money. These are great. Always a cliffhanger, right? They are. They are. And so I can't wait to get into the next two of these. It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. Let's see here. And, oh yeah, I have an announcement, you guys. I almost forgot. I have an announcement. Let me go ahead and catch this comment here, and then I'll go on with my announcement. Totos says, I was trying to write a trilogy of Star Wars novels just before Disney took things over. I used to talk to guys at Weston Games, awesome, about having the Solo and Skywalker kid Ben Skywalker. Yeah. And the thing is like, I think, I don't think, actually, I'm pretty confident and know that, like, along with Jaina Solo fell, Ben Skywalker they were beginning to do his own standalone stories as well, because at the end of, like, through Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi series is when we started getting him fleshed out a lot more. And so by time at the end of the Legacy of the not Legacy, Fate of the Jedi series and Crucible, it was looking to have him set up with his own story and him as the coming generation, as well as Jaina. So I was really excited about that. And now it's nothing. And even like fans were so hyped up about Ben Skywalker as well. Like when they were having fans vote for EU character, for, the black figure for EU character, people voted for Ben Skywalker. That was unanimous vote. And then they try to say that everybody cheated. And so they retracted that one. And then we end up with Jaina Solo instead. So there's that. That's the proof there that he was being looked forward to as the coming Skywalker for the next generation, along with Jaina Solo. And CGR 1984, how are you doing? And good morning. Good morning to you. What are you enjoying? Or do you have any coffee this morning? Again, it's morning time where I live at. And so I'm enjoying a nice cup of coffee with some coconut creamer. And it's rather good. It's keeping my voice a little bit from being scratchy from my sinuses and stuff. So I'm doing well. Okay, so Dadman Walking, Ben Skywalker and Jaina Solo were great characters that would have made for great standalone stories. Right, they were getting ready to do that. Jaina Solo was going to have her, I think it was a trilogy, the Sword of the Jedi. And like I said, we probably would have been getting more story about Ben Skywalker as well. And, we were looking forward to that. And then let's see here. I'm great, thanks. Well, it's evening here. Awesome. So are you enjoying anything in the evening time there? Do you enjoy like a favorite drink during the nighttime as you settle down? Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I drink, therefore I am. Well, cheers to that. Finally, our schedule aligned. I just a few credits to say thank you for being my biggest Star Wars resource as a game master for tabletop. Well, thank you so much for your support and your super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Everyone here, I greatly appreciate you guys as well. You guys are awesome for coming in and supporting the channel. All right, so let's get to my announcement before I read through these other comments and chat with you guys here before we close out. We'll close out an hour short, so we'll close out like maybe 10 my time or past 10 my time. Once a month, I am doing a new show, and it's the last Wednesday of the month, and it is called HoloNet Journal. And I'm gonna see if I could pull this up on to show you the video. HoloNet Journal is gonna go back, and it's like going back in time and sharing a moment in time, basically, of what happened in Star Wars during that time. So because it's once a month, I'll pick a few things that happened back in time during for Star Wars pre-Disney for that month and share with you guys what happened during that time, maybe characters that were brought out, talk about that. And I think it's going to be a fun thing because I'm not necessarily focusing on any news in Star Wars, because all the news in Star Wars is Disney Star Wars news, and I want to break away from that. So I figured going back in time and sharing history of Star Wars, during that month and stuff like that, or characters and stuff like that, would be fun. And then it will keep you guys interested, and also share the development of Star Wars and how much goodness, and a car zooming by the house. Hello, good morning. Yeah, so let me see if I could pull that up and share that with you. It's just it's just something I thought would be fun. And I think you guys would really, really like it. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. And I was going to put it on my little thumbnail thingy here to show, but it's too big of a video. So here we go. Share video file slides screen. Here we go. Window. Chrome tab. There we go. Okay, here we go. So they've updated this, and so I'm still getting used to all this stuff too. Let's see here. All right, let's see if we could see it on your screen. Yes, we can. All right, so here we go. So this is there's no words here, but this is what I'm doing.
All canon. Everything published was canon.
And there you go. So I'm really, really excited about that. So we're going to talk about what happened in the past. So like just say the show is going to be the 29th of this month. It's a Wednesday. So I'll be doing my research and sharing some information of the past, of like events that happened for Star Wars in the past in December. And I'm really, really excited about that. I am. I truly am. And then Toto says, yeah, exactly. It was Jason that was tasked to helping Ben. We know what happened with that. Oh, gee, we can write Star Wars better than Disney. A 5-year-old can, right? Right. Finally, I catch a live one. Yes, I know. I'm happy for you as well. And then CJR says, no favorites, probably just a soda with my evening meal. Awesome. Shane, hey Shane, how are you doing? Glad you are jumping in here. Hey Laura and chat, hello to you. And Lady Toriel sticking it out here, and she's awesome, such an awesome soul here, beautiful soul. Love you lots, girl. Love you lots. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. So on the 29th at 7 p.m., join me for my very first one. It's going to be introductions. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to interact with you guys in the chat. And what I was thinking of doing is, even probably it's not necessarily the time frame that it came out, December, but maybe I'm going to discuss a little bit about Star Wars: A New Hope, just about how it became ideas and stuff, but then also pull up any information or any Star Wars news and events that happened in December as well. So I'm thinking with that, since it's a brand new show, it's like might as well honor the very first Star Wars story, and that's what we call now A New Hope. That's what got everything started, and so I'm super excited about that. And I hope you guys come join me. It's in the evening time. It's going to be at 7 p.m. my time. I think it's going to overlap with a little bit with Dark Council. It's just hard to find a spot to put shows without interacting or running over another show. But I welcome you guys to come join me as well as support them, as always. So, and I drink, therefore I am. Star Wars is dead in the current form. However, it is alive and vibrant on the tabletop world. Yes. And then Shane Nolan says, see you there. Yes, see you there. So I'm super excited about that. In fact, let me pull up the banner I'm going to add the banner to my show so I can show you. And I use the Arabic alphabet for this as well. So it's uploading right now, and I'll share with you guys right now. Let's see here. Here we go. So here is going to be the thumbnail for it. I just got to clean it up a little bit, but I use the Arabic and then with English here on there. I was trying to find some kind of to make it look like a news, like HoloNet kind of deal. So I found this, and I thought, okay, well, it's kind of different than what I've been seeing people use. So, I want to be uniquely different. So let me keep it up here and let me see what's going on in the chat. And then Toto's, yeah, I know some people are that still do the RPG. Yeah. Oh yeah, RPG, playing the RPG games, reading the RPG material and stuff. Yes, amazing, good stuff there. It has a lot of lore. I love talking with insiders in Star Wars during George's reign. It was very special to us. Yes, and I did have like copies of it, like online copies, and that site was taken down. So now I have to rely on other people and whatever I have for my resources. So that's going to be fun. And let's see here. Envark Tech. Let's see here. I don't know what that is. And cool. Yes. HoloNet News. Yeah. So I was going to have the HoloNet News, but then I'm like, and the original idea was I was going to go ahead and share past and present Star Wars news. But then I'm like, I really don't care about the current Star Wars news. Everybody's reporting it on every other channel, right? So why not be different and report news from the past on this day and time kind of deal, and go back into the past to share the development and how Star Wars became and how the EU became and all that. And I'm going to discuss the very controversial thing that people like to yell about and say it's not, but I will discuss Star Wars canon. I will have a show on that, Star Wars canon. And so that's one thing that I will be doing as well. Let's see here. Let's take this off the screen here. So it's going to be fun. I'm rather excited about that. And I'm still putting together the intro music, intro video, outro video for that. I'm still doing that. So it's in development. I have time. The first show is going to be the introduction, getting you guys into what the ideas of it is and sharing some news and sharing the beginning of Star Wars. And that'll be, A New Hope, George's ideas with A New Hope and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. I think it's really, really going to be a hit. I feel it in my gut. And then let's see here, CJR, do you rank Sator as lore friendly, or that as that was released in Disney or in December 10 years ago? So game lore is lore friendly. And I know people like Sator and KOTOR were gamey centric stories, then had like KOTOR had novels written about it. So it made it, the novels are canon. The games are what you call quasi-canon, because how you play it isn't necessarily how it happened in the true story. So yeah, it's lore friendly. But how you play it may not be lore friendly, because how you play it may be your version of how you see the lore or what you're doing for the game and stuff, if that makes sense. And I can't wait to discuss that more on HoloNet Journal. That's going to be fun, discussing like the little dynamics and stuff and seeing your guys' ideas and your thoughts about all of this as well. We may agree on some stuff, we may not agree on other things, and that's okay. And that's the point of that too. Some of us will like certain characters and some of us won't. That's fine. Some of us will agree on certain points with where George was taking Star Wars at the time. Some of us won't, and that's fine. And so I'm super excited about that. I truly am. Let me see here. And then I drink, therefore I am at Toto's. That's, you guys are chatting amongst each other. All right, so that's it. So, and then on the 15th, let me look at make sure the 15th is the right announcement date for it. Yeah, on the 15th at 7 p.m., I'm having a channel member hangout. I am so sorry that I haven't been keeping up on like channel member special live streams and stuff like that. So I apologize with that. So we're going to have a hangout, discuss Star Wars live. You can ask me questions. So it's going to be a Q&A Star Wars chat for channel members. So again, when you come as a channel member, because it's a live stream, your name will still be added for a chance to win a copy of Son of Kifu. And let me go ahead and bring that up, because I know Lady Toriel's still with us. Let me bring that up. I do have just the image of it. Wrong one, not that one. Scroll down or up, Laura. There we go. Here we go. So there it is. There's the image there. And so becoming a member now or anytime between now and January, so you still have time, your name will be entered to win a copy of this painting here. And I do have a series of paintings that I'm working on. And the first installment to this was Mistress of Rat Attack. And my focus with these little series that I'm doing in honor of my love of Star Wars and your guys' love of Star Wars is I'm doing the character. Doesn't necessarily have to be Sith or Jedi or Acolyte or anything like that. But a character that I'm doing will also have their home planet behind them or something that's specific to them in general. So when I do Boba Fett, I'll probably just do Slave One behind him because that's his ship, that's his home, right? Even though he's born on Camino, or you could say quote unquote born on Camino, and family originally from Concord Dawn. Excuse me. When I get to the Skywalkers, I'm thinking of, excuse me, my voice is going. I'm thinking of something to do with Tatooine. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Tatooine or what yet. Like, I have ideas for that. So I'm doing a series on that, and I'm giving my channel members a chance to win a copy of these paintings as a way of giving back for your support. And channel members, if you haven't won a copy, you still get 10%. I still have prints available for Mistress of Rat Attack, and if you decide to purchase a copy of it, you get 10% off. So if you want to do that, let me know, and I will send you the 10% link. Let me go ahead and pull up the gallery for you and share it. So if you want, channel members, if you want the discount, 10% off, let me know. So there we go. Oh, I got to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me. Came out kind of quiet, but that was crazy. All right, so. And then so Lady Toriel says, that sounds amazing. Looking forward to that. Yeah. So again, like everybody's reporting on the current Star Wars news. I do that on Twitter. I'm like, okay, here's this or whatever. But my channel is more geared towards George Lucas era of Star Wars. So I want to try to stick to that as much as I can. I have reported past things, and they're usually far and in between, and so on. And so that's where that HoloNet journal came from, is giving you guys news from the past, this day and time. Let's see here. And I drink, therefore I am. And channels like this that reignite those moments of this is where I fell in love with. Yeah, exactly. And I hope that series or that show that I'm doing once a month at the end of the month. So it's always the last Wednesday of the month. No matter what, always the last Wednesday of the month. That's when that HoloNet journal is going to, show. That's when the show is going to happen. And so I'm hoping that, seeing flashes from the back and all that about Star Wars will reignite that, especially if there's a certain character or a certain book or a certain whatever that came out during that time frame. And you're like, yes, I want to talk about that or whatever. And I'm not going to cover everything that happened in December throughout the time frame of George Lucas era of Star Wars. I'm going to pick and choose so that I can keep the show going. Okay. Ram Bam 3000. Hello, how are you doing? Hail OG Star Wars, and you have a heart. Why, hello, good morning to you. Let's see here. Totos, OG Star Wars, you're doing great right now. Seriously, what I just said is for everyone and you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see here. And Lady Toria, we all are to talk, have a great time, and nerd out. Yep, exactly. That's what it's about. So nerding out about that. And I can't wait. Like even action figures, like for example, like when Jaina Sola came out, if we're in that month time during that, and I'm like, okay, we're going to showcase her. We'll talk about her coming out, her Black series coming out. We'll talk about her in the lore, why we like her greatest moments or what have you, and kind of expand. So that's what I'm getting at with that, is expanding off of like what happened in this day and time. And so I can keep it going. So like next year, December, I'll showcase something different that happened during December in Star Wars time. Let's see here. CGR, do you have a rough time for that? Okay, so let me read this again. Do you have a rough time for that show? As I want to work out if it's going to be an overnight for me, like most of the streams for America. Now, where you at again? What is your time? Because I'm Pacific Standard Time, so I think you're like 8 hours ahead or something like that. I don't know. So that show will be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's not going to be in the morning. It's going to be in the evening, my time. So hopefully that works out for you. I truly do. Again, this first show will have me decide if I'm going to push the time earlier or later too. So we'll see how that goes. So that's the introductory show, announcing what it's going to be about, discussing it, and maybe going over again Star Wars A New Hope or Star Wars at the time when it came out, even though that's not going to be the correct day or month. And then I'm going to find something significant during December to share with you guys. Ram Bam. There we go. Yeah, you guys are discussing between CJR. I am UK, so it's 6 p.m. here. Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. And then, yeah, so it'd be morning time for you, 7 p.m. my time for that show. Yeah. So hopefully that works. When is the chat again, Alora? The chat. Oh, you mean the HoloNet Journal? It's going to be on the 29th of this month, which is a Wednesday. And then every month after that, it's going to be the last Wednesday of the month. And it's going to be 7 p.m. So Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month, it's just a once a month show because it gives me time to prep, get everything organized for you guys. I will announce that this time in history, we are going to share this. I'll announce that here in my community announcements on YouTube, and I'll announce it on Twitter. And this month in time, we are flashing back, or we're looking back at this. Join me, and I'll announce it that way so you guys can get all hyped up about it. Yeah. Okay. And Oxford there. Oh, cool. Awesome. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, the show's going to be short and sweet today. Next Thursday, we will continue on with part 4 and 5 of My Brother, My Enemy. Again, we were left on another cliffhanger, and that's a great story arc. You know, we don't get, and some surprise that Disney Star Wars hasn't done this yet, but on getting, you know, having friends and family on the opposite sides of the war during the dark times, during the Empire times, or Imperial times, you know, and seeing how that affects Luke. We have seen how much this has been affecting him. And it's been a great storyline, you know, and then his friend Tank, you know, realizing that Luke and Biggs both went on the Rebel Alliance side, and how he is dealing with it. And, you know, when we got to learn more about Tank, we got to learn how we got to get the Imperial perspective of the other side. We always get the Rebel Alliance perspective, right? We're getting the Imperial perspective as well, and how much he's conflicted because he's also noticing how like the leaders in the Imperial Navy and authority do torture people the way they do, and also have enslaved humans as well. So it's a great storyline. So please join us for next week, next Thursday, 9 a.m. Bring your favorite beverage, bring your coffee with you, sit down. If you have the comic with you, if you have that in your library, pull it out and join along. Great storyline. Great storyline. Let's see here. And then Shay Nolan, thanks, Alora. Thank you so much for dropping in and hanging out. Apologize with my throat or my voice a little bit. Sinuses are, I'm waking up with like sinus drainage, and it's just like making my throat just not, or it's making it itchy, I guess you can say. It sucks. I hate it. Other than that, I feel fine. That's just an annoyance. And then Toto says, thanks for the show. You did great. Thank you so much. And good journey, everyone. And thank you so much to our Lady Toriel, our elf. Thank you so much. Yeah. And then like when there'll be times when I do coffee chat and we're not reviewing the comics, so we'll talk about specific characters as well. So I do look forward to those as well, because Coffee Chat was born into just sitting down and talking Star Wars, grabbing a cup of coffee, having a conversation, and talking Star Wars with you guys. And because that I never really got into comics growing up, you know, reviewing the comics was what was birthed through Coffee Chat. All right, you guys. So thank you once again for coming in, and I will see you guys soon. Keep an eye out for some video shorts of lore history, and also of some audible clips from some of the novels as well, especially ones pertaining to, you know, Boba Fett and Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. And I hope you guys have a great Thursday and stay warm out there. I know wintertime, you know, it's getting colder now. So keep warm, and you guys be well. May the Force be with you.
Another happy